right, welcome everybody. We're going to get started very shortly. We're just going to stall for another minute or two while some stragglers come in. So just chill for a moment. We'll be right with you. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good to see everybody today. Look at who we have here today. Hi, Keely. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You going to do some time today?
I am.
All right. I thought so, but I'd just like to ask to make sure. Ying, how are you? I haven't seen Ying in a long time. How you been?
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. I went to New York City, just got back.
Oh, all right. Did you do some shows while you were there?
Yeah, I did 2 shows, one festival, one Gotham Comedy Club, their new talent show.
Nice. How'd that go?
It's good. It's a brainer show. You have to brain people. So, but we got 150 audience, so.
That's awesome.
So they turned out really good.
That's awesome. And Sitar Europa. I think that's B there.
Oh, yeah.
Why does it say Sitar Europa?
That's an organization that I volunteer for.
Oh, all right. No worries.
Change.
You don't have to change anything if you don't want to. All right, we got Jennifer Dorsey here from Austin. Jennifer, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You gonna do some time today?
Yes, please.
You got it. And we got Raj J. Raj, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good. Did you want to do some time today?
This is the first stand-up I'm actually attending, so maybe not today, but I would like to see how these things go. So thank you.
No problem. If you change your mind, just go, hey, can I do some time? You can do a knock-knock jokes. You can tell a story about your mom, whatever you want to do.
Sure, thank you. Let me look for one.
All right. Alan, how are you? Alan's in Alhambra. Oops, you're muted, Alan.
There we go.
If I remember, this will be your second time doing comedy, unless you did comedy.
Yeah, I'm a little upset.
Why?
Upset. You guys didn't call me or take me out to lunch or nothing after my first time?
Yeah, well, it's awfully hard when we live in different worlds.
I had to go on the street corner and hustle some jokes.
There you go. That's not hate. Sometimes that works. All right, you gonna do some time today, Alan?
I got a short joke.
All right, no problem. And we have Jimmy R. from Canada. Jimmy, you're looking really fancy today. Why are y'all dressed up?
Just for you, Kevin. Just for you.
Oh, thank you, man. What are you doing later? Let's go out.
Yeah. L.A.
Yeah, take me a little while to get there, though. That's okay. We got Scott Anderson. Scott Anderson, how are you, buddy?
Kevin, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. Scott, you doing time today?
No, just listening in today.
All right, you're just listening in. No problem. You can always just listen in. If you change your mind, you're welcome to change your mind. I think this is probably everybody who's going to be here today, so we'll go ahead and get started. Our order is going to go Alan, Ying, Keely, Jen, Sitar, no, B, and that'll be the show unless and then Jimmy. Jimmy, you're going to close it for us.
Oh, yay. The closer.
All right. This is exciting. So let's get the show on the road. You guys ready for the show?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get this thing going.
Absolutely.
Boys and girls, gnomes and elves, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I'm just glad you are are here today to spend some time with us and have a few laughs. I'm Kevin Comstock. I am your host. It's the Greg Dean Open Mic. Make some noise for me! You guys are an energetic crowd. I love it. This is so exciting. Look, if you've seen An Evening at the Improv, if you've seen Featured Funny Faces, these comedians today have seen those shows too. So we got a big show planned. Woo!
Oh,
Right, I'm excited. You can tell. So let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our first performer is a political strategist for the Green Party. He's a champion at ballroom dancing, and he works weekends as a welder. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Joyce.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
How we're doing. Everybody's doing 4 minutes.
Like he said, I don't want to brag, but I'm Alan Joyce. I have a joke for you guys. Actually, not a joke, just the kind of situation of me growing up. I thought I was the first transgender student growing up. When I was in elementary, they called me a pussy. When I got to high school, they called me a dick. Well, then I started dating the ladies, and they told me to go fuck myself. So I guess I'm a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's my joke.
oh no.
Wow.
Sure, Alan, come on, tell us about Costco or something.
Okay, I can give you one more.
All right, give me another one. We need at least
Okay.
one more.
Well, it's a knock-knock joke.
Those are my favorite.
Okay.
But yeah,
but I need to address it to a lady of dark skin. So do we have one out there? I need her to participate.
No.
everybody's stepping away.
Oh, look at her! She's leaning back. Come on, girl, get
Singled out.
with it. Get with it.
Okay, I'll be curious. I'll be
Okay.
curiously
You ready?
educational.
You're gonna say knock knock.
Knock
Okay?
knock.
And then I'll do it. Okay, go.
Knock knock.
911. I have a black person outside my door. Ah,
That one didn't quite hit, but that's okay. Ladies,
yeah. We'll get there.
ladies and gentlemen, Alan Joyce.
Thank you so much.
Second time ever doing stand-up comedy. Right, that was exciting. Man, this is exciting. This is so crazy. I got to tell you though, knock knock jokes. You know how they're old now. Now it's Ring doorbell jokes. It's just
That's it.
they don't even have to do anything. It's just who the hell's out there?
Ah,
Right, Ring doorbell jokes. See, I'm rocking. Ladies and gentlemen, I got our next one. This is so fun. This performer actually escaped from Alcatraz.
Thank you.
She makes custom cabinetry from leftover meat, and she was the U.S. Senator from Oklahoma. Put your hands together. Washington, Ying, Vigilant!
Yes. Thank you, Kevin. Happy to be back on this mic. Just went to New York City for a week doing shows and just got back. So New York City just surprised me. It's not my first time, but this time I got to live with my brother-in-law, my sister. Their family moved to New York. So last few trips I was staying in the hotel. So I'll tell you, wow, in the neighborhood, Queen. Neighborhood, when I got out of the neighborhood, like New York City just feel like in China. Yeah. You know, the high rises, the people, crowded people, the subway, and the smell of the street. It's like, wow, okay. When I say New York City, feel like China, that's where I'm from. Not saying that New York City is just like China. Maybe China copied New York City's development. You know what I'm saying? I think if China got a hold of the Empire State Building, the blueprint, they would have built exactly something like that. Okay. A second impression that I have is that New York people are really, really nice. Wow, that is surprising because you always hear New York is hustling parade, right? People are busy. They don't have enough time for you, right? And you know, you would expect from all the movies portrayed New York City, like you either you get shot at or your purse gets snatched. But guess what? No. At the subway, every single person, the local, New Yorkers. I asked directions. Every single person stopped and so patiently tell me where to go. And there 2 people actually walk me out above ground and walk me to the destination. I started worried about this lady's train, Don't you think she would have, now catching her train? So, either New York City people are so nice, or I think I look like Buddha. It's how can people say no to Buddha? And Buddha asks for things. So the third thing about New York City is open mic. I finally got a comedy scene. Holy shit! Every single open mic costs money. You pay $5 plus a drink. You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling jokes for like 5 minutes, that's very expensive. $20 dick joke. So I think people cut their shit really quick. Anyway, so and then I had a festival in New Jersey, right? So that's just a river. The other side of a river or bridge is in New Jersey. So like, why I crossed the river? All of a sudden, New Jersey, I feel like, wow, this is American that I know. Because in New Jersey, the street is quiet and the people actually living in houses and all the chain restaurants that you recognize, like McDonald's and Taco Bell. It's like, holy shit. So this is American. Look just like Washington State, where I live. So I'll tell you, on this side of a river is New York City. New York City is something else. I would say / China. And across the river is New Jersey / America. Yeah. So this is so funny. Another thing about New York City is every single comedy club, even the big name, the legendary comedy club like Comedy Cellar, Gotham Comedy Club. Guess what? They're underground. They're in a hole in the ground. Wow. Yeah. So I'm thinking, if I want to make it in New York City, my upgrade, my next goal, just gonna hit some club above ground, right? And the Kevin Hart, I don't know how he made it from ground to Madison Square Garden. Holy shit! So next week I'm looking for above ground comedy facilities. That's my time. Thank you, guys.
Yang, ladies and gentlemen, yang. I love that. That's, you know what? I've been to New York City once, and every time I came out of the subway, I had my stupid subway map, and somebody, everywhere I went, somebody was super nice, said, look at the map, where do you need to go? I can help you. It was, I was like, man, New York, they're not mean people at all.
No, I'm very surprised. Everybody's super nice.
Same thing happened with me. So I guess we all need to move to New York City - China.
Yes.
Oh, man, this is exciting. We've got our next performer. Let me tell you about this performer. She once removed a kidney stone using a pair of needle-nosed pliers. She plays harp for Wales. She serves as the corporate attorney for Kmart. Ladies and gentlemen, from St. Louis, Kaylee Raven!
Woo! Thank you so much. So growing up in a single parent household in the 80s was hard. When my mom wanted to go somewhere, she needed someplace to put me and my sister. And once she went out of town and left us with a really good friend of hers who was all, bye, Carla, have a great time. I know we will. Door closes. Discipline! Here's your broom and here's your mop. Start cleaning floors. Then she had us moving furniture. We were children. And there were no cell phones, so I couldn't call or text my mom or anyone else for that matter to tell them how horrible it was at this woman's house and to come get us. We just had to take it. And my sister and I just were like, is this what it's like for people in prison? When my mom finally came back from her trip and picked us up, we were like, bye, Mrs. Hannigan. So as a kid, from Annie, we don't watch Annie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So as a kid, I suffered because of my mom's friends. And now as an adult, I suffer because of my kids' friends. Before I had a child, I had my own friends. But now that we all have kids, we don't have any time to hang out with each other. So it's when our kids make friends that we're like forced to talk to other adults. But why should I be friends with somebody just because we were pregnant at the same time? My daughter's bestie's mom texted me the other day and she was like, "Hi, I was just wondering if the girls could stay over next Saturday with you guys. My boyfriend will be in town. It'll also give the girls a chance to get out of the house." Had to look at that text a little closer. The girls? Wait, she's trying to pawn off 2 kids on me? I just have the one. I don't see how this is fair. What exactly does stay over mean? Like, I'm just going to need you to clarify that preposition. Over at my house? Overnight? You don't mean overnight. Your boyfriend. So she wants me to triple the number of children in my house so she can have a booty call? Doesn't she know I'm married? That's like asking a starving person, "Hey, can you watch my kids while I go to the buffet?" And then have sex after. So I mentioned her request to my mom and I was like, "Am I missing something? Are we that close?" And my mom was like, "No, she's just that desperate." So hard pass on me for the kids staying over. But in retrospect, I probably should have said yes because my house needs some sweeping and mopping, window washing. I probably could find some socks for the kids to darn. But really, this all just makes me wonder what my mom was doing that weekend. She pushed us off on her friend. That's it for me today. Thank you very much.
Keely, ladies and gentlemen, Keely. Thank you for sharing, man, oh man. Stories of child labor. It's just, and Jen, you just laughed. You're sick, okay? I just said stories of child labor, and then you busted up laughing. You're sick, okay? I want to put it out there, all right? All right, let's bring up our next performer. This is so exciting. I'm so glad you guys are sharing this Tuesday with me. This next performer, she holds the world record for forehead slapping. She can recite the alphabet in alphabetical order. And she can smell microwave popcorn cooking 2 meters away. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jen Dorsey!
Hi, everybody. I was just laughing because my parents were firm believers in child labor. Just for me and my brother. When I was little, my mom would pay me $0.25 to collate papers for her. And then I was grown and I was like, "That was child labor." And she was like, "You loved it. You loved it. You loved getting $0.25." I was like, you're fine, Mom. That's good. Good job. So I live in an apartment and I love living in an apartment. The best thing about living in an apartment is if it gets really dirty, you can just move. So my apartment is not clean. The carpet is so dirty, I'm ready to leave it. Like, I'm like, let's just go. Some people look for like a vacuum cleaner on Amazon, and I'm like, let me look for apartments on Zillow. Like, this is becoming unbearable. I gotta go. But first, before I can move, I have to clean, which is stupid. But my apartment is really messy right now because I listened to that bitch Marie Kondo. So it was like, "Oh, you're just going to keep what you love and everything will be very clean." And I was like, of course. She's like, "Step 1, dump everything you own into a pile." And I was like, okay, I will take all the clothes that aren't in my closet. I'll put them in a pile. And then I never got to step 2. So for the last 6 months, I've had a pile of clothes in my bedroom that's as tall as a small child, and like maybe 10 small children together could fit this pile. And my boyfriend calls it Madam Trash Heap from Fraggle Rock, because that's about the size of it. And he asks it for advice. He's like, "Oh, Madam Trash Heap, what will the week bring us? Oh, Madam Trash Heap, can you really wash lights and colors together?" he's very funny about it. Like he's like teasing me, but like one day I got this note from him and it was like, I love you very much. And when you're ready to deal with this, I'm here for you. And I was like, are you trying to do an intervention? Like, I do 5 pounds of cocaine a day and you're going to do an intervention about the clothes on my floor. I was like, I need to clean. So I hired this woman I know, and she's so tiny. Like I am a large woman, not like, but like tall, and I'm very tired all the time. Like I have no energy. My inertia is great. When I sit down, I'm done. And this woman was like, let's do it. And she's not dead. She's fine. Like I didn't kill her. She's still good. We killed Madam Trash Heap, distributed her into packages. It was a very helpful experience. But I still think I need to move because my apartment complex was like, hey, you need to clean up your front step. It's really dirty. And I was like, why don't you clean it?
Mm-hmm.
Not inside my apartment. Like, go ahead, you can clean. But it's the laundry goes right there. And so the sticky lint gets on everything. And so my welcome mat was just like a fuzzy mess of don't come in here ever. And so because I really believe in recycling and I really believe in the environment, I just threw that shit away. I was like, I don't need this anymore. I believe in recycling until something's very dirty. And then I don't believe anymore. But what I think is really important is that my new neighbor has clearly snitched on me. And that shall not pass. So if anyone has any places on Zillow that they see nice apartments in Austin or anywhere else, I'm ready to move. I will leave behind a dirty apartment and 1 to 2 dead bodies. So thank you so much for your time. My name is Jen Dorsey.
Jen Dorsey, ladies and gentlemen, Jen Dorsey. All right, before you do anything, tell us about that picture behind your head. Not the one with flowers. What's the other one? It's like an office with nobody in it?
It is. This is the only clean spot in my apartment, which I used to fool people on Zoom. This is a city street that my grandma painted.
Oh, it is a city. That
Sweet.
from here, it looked like 2 desks. Like I guess those are the hoods of or the roof of the bus or something. Who are you looking over at? Nobody? Okay, just make sure there's not somebody sneaking into this open mic by looking over people's shoulders.
You said this behind me?
Whoa!
From Office Space?
I thought it was you for a minute, Kevin.
Wow. Beautiful.
But then my dad was like, so you hate your job? And I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have that in the background of all my Zoom meetings.
Yeah, you pretty much want to take down things that say like "fuck my boss" and stuff.
I'm gonna burn this building down. Like that's not.
I'm the Unabomber, all that kind of stuff.
Basically.
Really work really well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's just keep the show rolling along. Our next performer builds rope swings from dental floss, has a pet skink, and is a former resident of the planet Saturn. Ladies and gentlemen, from Germany, B. Bauman.
Hey, everybody. Welcome from the other side of the world. So I'm living in a small town, village in Germany called a Wild Bach. And I'm sure you can tell from my accent that I'm German. Yeah. No, actually, how many of you have lived outside of your motherland?
Jesus.
Wait, I'm not talking about that pristine piece of real estate that you lived in for 9 months. I mean, really outside. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. A little bit, Jen. You were half out. Halfway out. In a halfway house. You were in a halfway house. Yeah. So to be an expat in a foreign country, you know, with where the Pats and the Patsies are living their best life and giving each other pats on the back. And they look at you and think that you are a primitive aquatic sponge. That's right. Taking up resources and jobs and air. And they want nothing more than for you to slink back into the sea and become seafood. Or at least that's my nightmare. So a wild buck lives by forest rules. It just recently got rid of public stonings. And that's because so many hippy dippy hippies were coming to be stoned. That's right. It's some sort of new age motivation cure. I live with 20,000 white Germans. I'm not afraid of being stoned. I'm afraid of being fired. So that's my motivation. It's a crazy place a while back. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie if he directed The Village People. And the scariest part is the grandmas. I mean, they get me on pins and needles. It's these little 80-year-old women who are 4 feet tall, and they corner 21-year-olds and say, "Would you like to learn how to knit? Are you single? I can knit you a man." And the police in a while back, they ride on horses and everyone else rides bicycles out of consideration. So I'm in my car. So I'm a person of interest, right? And you know why? Because I am Snow White. That's right. Living with a bunch of emotional dwarves. The police stopped me the other night and they said, "Have you steal this car?" And I said, "Yes, I still have this car." I thought I'd be in a Mercedes by now, but no. That's my time. I'm Bee Bauman. Thank you.
Bee Bauman coming right in at 4 minutes, just like a pro. Good job, Bee. That was nice. All right, we're gonna keep the show rolling. We got this next guy. This guy is from Canada, and Canadians, they have their own language, so he's gonna have to speak a little bit slow. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the former district attorney of the city of Miami. He won a gold medal in the international grilled cheese competition, and he can speak backwards in Portuguese. Put your hands together from Western Canada, Jimmy R.
Thank you very much, Kevin, the king of comedy, like you said, I'm from Canada. My name is Jimmy R. You know what? I have several jobs. One job I do is I drive cab at night, a few nights a week, or a few nights a month. But I was driving the other night, and a guy came over and tapped on the window, and I rolled down the window, and he said, "How many girls can you fit in the back seat?" And I said, "Well, I can fit in 3." And he says, "What about if we cut them up?" Thank you, girls, for laughing. I got to keep going. I think he must have been some sort of psycho killer or something like that. So, the zookeeper, he comes in and he walks into his wife's bedroom and he says, "See, this is the pig I've been talking about. He's got a parrot on his shoulder." And the wife said to him, he says, "That's not a pig, that's a parrot." And he says, "No, I was talking about you." I was talking to the parrot. They're like, oh, okay. So there I was. I just got back from the prairies and was sitting in the cubicle, having a dump. Just kind of minding my own business. And by gum, in the next cubicle over, a guy making lots of noise. And I hate it when they're next door, and he says to me, he says, uh, hi there. And I'm like, yeah, hello. He says, how you doing? And I says, I'm doing okay. Get a little bit nervous, sort of thing. He says, what are you doing tonight? I said, hey, I'm going home to my wife and family, for heaven's sake. He says, well, he says, would you like to get together? Maybe we could do something. I said, hey, buddy, you better shut up. Leave me alone or I'm going to call the authorities. And all of a sudden I hear him say, well, just a minute, dear, just a minute. There's some asshole in the cubicle next to me there making a lot of noise. I guess that asshole is me. Get it? Come on. So my psychiatrist says that I should, study my fear things. And I said, well, I've only got one fear. And he says, well, what's that? And I said, well, waking up in the morning next to an orangutan. And he said, oh. And he says, happened to you before? And I said, well, it's happening this morning and it's happened again, sort of thing. So, well, anyway, did you ever hear that they used to use for condoms, they used to use pigs' lower intestines? It's a little educational thing for you. Used to use pigs' lower intestines. So I'm sure when the farmer goes out into the pen with a knife and a half a hard on, the pigs sort of scatter, sort of thing. They don't want to get involved with that. But anyway, what happens? What's with guys there? They show up with their buddies and the guy's all beat up looking and stuff like that. And they say, oh my God, Jim, what happened to you? And he's like, well, I was jumped. Oh no, you were jumped. Is yeah. By who? By 4 guys, just a little too embarrassed to say that the wife actually worked me over, but good. So anyway, fellow walks in, are sitting on a park bench with a dog, and a guy walks over and says, that's a nice looking dog. He says, wow. He says, is your dog friendly? And I said, yeah, my dog's friendly. Well, does he bite? No, my dog don't bite. So the guy reached over to pet the dog, and the dog bit him. He says, ow. He said, I thought you said your dog don't bite. I said, well, my dog don't bite. I don't know whose dog that is. All right. So I've been on a diet for the last month, and I've only gained 10 pounds. It's been a really successful diet for me. The trouble is being this big is that when somebody walks beside you, you kind of, and if they stand behind you, you kind of look around, you can't see where the hell they are. It's kind of like, what the hell's going on? But anyway, things are getting so quiet here. I'm thinking, that my elevator hit the L floor, going to L, hit the buzzer, excuse me, I don't think I'm in the right place. Anyway, this is Jimmy R's signing out from Canada. Where the
Jimmy R in a white shirt in a red room. It's crazy around here. Hey, Keely, thank you for the feedback about the open mic, guys. We're only doing one open mic right now because it's summer, but we are planning to do more. If there's a time for an open mic that you prefer, please just submit it. Let me know right now. Keely and Jen have said that like a 8 p.m. Pacific time would work out for them. So
right on.
We'll keep that. I'll send it up the flagpole.
Top of your head.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. Where is your live open mic in Burbank? I'm visiting LA next week.
There is a live open mic. We're not doing it yet. It's going to be at the. There's 2 of them. We're doing 2 live open mics in LA. We're doing the Comedy Chateau, and there's a brand new comedy club in Burbank. I am supposed to be hosting that one a week from this Sunday, so that would be about the first one. The 15th, I think, is the day.
Oh, 15th. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that's Sunday. Okay.
And it's going to be Flower, and it's a beautiful, beautiful club, brand new. I mean, it doesn't smell like alcohol and janitorial supplies, at least not yet.
Right now, there's no live mic from Greg Dean.
There's no live mic at the moment. No.
Okay, got it.
Because we got to hook up.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Can we get a recording, or how can we get a recording?
I can't give recordings of the open mics. If you want, you could do a private session with us and you can have the recording of that, or you could be in one of the classes and then do a showcase and you get your recording in the showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little problematic to try to, because we don't even have everybody's email and everything, so it gets kind of hard to get everybody the videos.
Okay.
Kevin.
Yes, we got another guy coming up. What's up, Alan?
Real quick, just thank B for joining in on the knock knock joke.
Thanks, B.
Thanks, B.
Thanks for joining in. See,
gotta go. Thank you, guys.
All right, wait. Okay, see you later, Ying. We got a call right now. This guy was the inspiration for the smile on the face of the Mona Lisa. He played Spock in the original Star Trek, and he's a former MMA wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Raj!
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad you are not going to share the recordings with anybody. I don't like to make this permanent. This is the first time I'm trying this. But I hope enough people are watching, because in case I make a fool out of myself, I want to make sure it was worth it. So why am I doing comedy? Okay, I've worked in the IT industry for close to 15 years now, and things are going nowhere. So I went to somebody who gives you an aptitude test to see what you're good at. And as soon as my results showed up, he looked at the results and he looked at me and he asked me, "You look funny. Can you say anything funny?" I said, "I can try." And they said, "Okay, you know what? Maybe you need to switch and maybe try being a comedian." Okay. Well, before you guys confuse me as somebody who is born and brought up in Canada, because me and Jimmy look so alike, I don't want to clarify that I was born and brought up in a country called India. And thinking about, some people spoke about child labor. In India, they don't force you to do child labor. You are guilt-tripped into doing child labor. My mom, growing up, if she would give me a task and I would not want to do it, she's like, "Do you know your dad when he was growing up? You have shoes to wear when you go to school. When your dad was growing up, he used to wear flip-flops when he went to school. And your grandfather didn't even have flip-flops. He walked barefoot 3.5 miles one way to go to school." And I asked her a question, that my grandfather went to school. He's not a millionaire. My dad went to school. He's not a millionaire either. Why am I going to school? So that's what I got from that conversation. And then there were a lot of high fives all over my body, and my cheeks hurt for a couple of days after that, all 4 of them. I couldn't sit down anywhere for 2 days. And that's how they teach you child labor in India. So there is no concept of child labor in a country like that. You're guilt tripped into it. Well, that's all from me. This was not really prepared, but I look forward to contribute more in the future sessions. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Raj, was that your first time ever?
First time ever, yes.
First time ever. Ladies and gentlemen, 99% of the people on the face of this planet are too scared to do what you just did. From this moment on, for the rest of your life, a job interview is easy. An audition is easy. A speech is easy, because there is no live performance medium harder than stand-up comedy. So rest on your laurels and be proud of what you just did. You just rocked it, all right? Check it out. Let's talk about what we learned. This was an exciting show today. Here we go. Just like always, we learn all kinds of crazy stuff in our show. We learn that if you're called a pussy and called a dick, that makes you transgender. We learned that China is a copy of New York City, and that no one can say no to Buddha. We learned about child labor, servitude on a vacation, and using other people's kids to do chores at your own home. I like that one. We learned about the organizer lady Kondo, and she says step 1 is pile everything up, but you have to go to step 2 or you just have a pile of shit on your floor. You have to go to step 2. That's why they're in steps. It didn't just say do this. It says step 1. You gotta go to 2. All right? We also learned about being a primitive aquatic sponge that takes resources, jobs, and air, and what it's like to be surrounded by 20,000 white people. We learned that you can fit more than 3 girls in a taxi if you cut them up. And we learned about condoms made from pigs' lower intestines. We learned that if you need to get work done in India, you just have to get the kids to feel guilty. Check it out, man. This is the most educational comedy show. We've got people from all over the world. I want to thank each and every one of you individually. Thank you for being here today. On behalf of the entire Greg Dean team, I want to say thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd just be here alone, and maybe it'd be like just a sad show. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.